Hello there, Commander. Hope you're well and welcome to another video about Girls Frontline 2. So last year I got Makiatto after a grueling 130 recruits. And today I am here to share my 100% Crit Rate Makiatto build. I totally recommend attempting to build your Makiatto with a lot of critical rate, especially when you have her Segment 1 fortification. Makiatto's Segment 1 basically lets her attacks twice now when she uses her first active skill, Cold Precision Shot. It even guarantees a critical hit and increases the critical damage dealt by the second shot of 80% if the first shot has dealt a critical damage to her enemy. I understand now why a lot of veterans suggest to get her Segment 1 fortification first. Her Bittersweet Caramel elite weapon is also good, but it is not required. Anyway, let's get on with the build, shall we? Equip the common keys, Heavy Metal, and the Force of Bravery. All of the tactical dolls have a fixed critical rate of 20%. So, you only need 80% critical rate to worry about. We can get a total of 6% critical rate from the currently available two common keys we have, which are Heavy Metal and the Force of Bravery. Both Heavy Metal and the Force of Bravery gives 3% crit rate and 3% attack boost. So, you get also a 6% crit rate on top of the additional 6% attack boost. Once you have equipped the two common keys on Makiatto, you have a 6% crit rate accumulated and only 74% crit rate left to get. If chances are, you were not able to get the common keys from the events Sojourners of the Glass Island and Rhapsody Quartet event shops, you can get the 6% crit rate instead from the weapon attachments. Let's move on to the weapon attachments. Get attachments that increases your crit rate to 34%. There is no specific attachment set you really need for this one. But as an example, I use Freeze Boost set on Makiatto. Phase Strike is also good. It is really up to you what you want. Make sure to get the attachments you need from the Supply Mission Targeted Study, specifically on the Rifle and Blade category. Every targeted study run will cost you 30 intelligence puzzles, so please keep that in mind. Once you have collected the muzzle, sight, bipod, and underbarrel attachments with crit rate stats, calibrate them all to get a total of 34% crit rate. After wasting all of your Sardis gold and using the useless attachments on calibration, equip your precious attachments on Makiatto's weapon. At this point, you have accumulated a total of 40% crit rate using the common keys and attachments, and that gives you a total of 60% crit rate including the initial critical rate of 20% of Makiatto. Well done! Now you have a 100% crit rate build on Makiatto. Wait, you don't believe me? I mean, that's fair because you're still thinking of, wait, what about the last 40% crit rate? Let's take a look at Makiatto's passive skill, yeah? Battlefield Insight gives additional 40% crit rate to Makiatto. Now you might be thinking, why did I not talk about this first? There's a reason for that. Battlefield Insight increases Makiatto's critical rate by 40% but reduces her critical damage by 10%. But you will not see the additional 40% crit rate and reduce 10% critical damage on Makiatto if you are viewing her details in the refitting room. The only time you will see the additional 40% crit rate given to Makiatto is when you are in a mission. And once you are in a mission, you will see that sweet 100% crit rate. Now you can get to enjoy your Makiatto dealing critical damage to all of her enemies in whatever missions you send her out. That's all from me about the 100% crit rate build for Makiatto. Hope this video helps you somehow on your builds. I know I have a very bad attachments on my weapon since I barely have crit damage. Once I have made builds for my other tactical dolls, I'll go back on improving my Makiatto's build. Thank you for watching and I wish you a lovely nice day. Later, fellow commander.